Some people get to make the news. Some people get to say what's true. Everybody gotta find their own way through. But if you love, love, then love loves you too. Some people get to fly by night. Some people get to shine a light. Everybody's got to find their own way through. But if you love, love, then love loves you too. If you love, love, then love loves you too. Some of us hunger for the finer things. Some will lust for power like the ancient kings. Some have to leave everything behind they thought they knew. Some people don't know how much trouble they can prove. Some spend forever for a moment's gain. Some take the burden of another's pain. Everybody's got to find their own way through. But if you love, love, then love loves you too. If you love, love, then love loves you too. If you love, love, then love loves you too. Thank you all. Slow down, you're out of whack. You'll give yourself a heart attack if you can be in this moment. Experience being present. Text messaging and driving along. People around you might as well be gone. You almost caused a big accident. This wouldn't happen being present. Your awareness has all vacated. You can't find your car keys. You're now frustrated like people on their phones walking around in pajamas are not as present as the Dalai Lama. people talking to you to find a way in, but you can't hear a single word they're saying. If you could stop the chatter in your head and experience being present. You left your wallet on top of your car while you're filling your gas tank. Your thoughts were afar. When you finally remembered, it was much too late. It wouldn't happen being present. So shut off your phone, turn off your computer, and be with the dog you just had neutered. There's other feelings besides your own, you know. You might notice being present. Slow down, you're moving too fast. You've got to make your whole life last. If you could be right here in this moment, experience being present.
Fun. God is in this place, here and now, in this very moment. So let us open our hearts and minds to receive pure spirit flowing through us with love and wisdom, with clarity, with peace and power. God is in this very place, within every heart, within every mind, and we are one. One in spirit, one with one another. And so happily we gather together to learn and to grow, to experience the presence, to allow ourselves to be that presence that we're called to be, our authentic self. And so we come with a willingness to let God be God in us, a willingness to let something beautiful transpire, something brand new. And we do it together. We do it in union, with peace, with love, and with deep, deep gratitude for this time that we have together, for this place that is sacred. And so giving thanks, we accept this truth. And in confidence, we release our word to God's perfect law. Will you join with me in saying, and so it is. Hi, everybody. Hi. Oh, I'm so glad to see you. It's wonderful when you open your eyes and see beautiful people. So welcome to our celebration this Sunday. And we're right here, the Greater Philadelphia Center for Spiritual Living, our own precious, beloved community. And this is where we walk together, dance together sometimes, hold each other when we're moving through things, love each other all the time. And so we give thanks for this beautiful, beloved community. I give thanks for you. And that includes the people out there who are tuning in with us this afternoon, right here in Wayne, Pennsylvania. Now, do you know that we have people who tune in sometimes from different places in the world, like London, England, across the pond? Isn't that wonderful? You know, there's no time or space. Oh, she's going to talk about that later. Here we are, allowing ourselves to be open to the flow of spirit, inviting all of us to come together in this beautiful sacred union. And we are part of a greater community, worldwide community, and it's the Centers for Spiritual Living. And being a part of the Centers for Spiritual Living, we share a lot, including the love of Dr. Ernest Holmes. And by the way, we're about to celebrate our 100th anniversary, starting out with the Institute of Religious Science and Philosophy, and then going into Religious Science International and the United Churches of Religious Science, and ultimately changing names a few times until we all came back together with centers for spiritual living. And so we do love our founder. We do love that we are nearly celebrating our 100th anniversary. And that's pretty exciting. So what that we're the new kids on the block? We have a lot to say. We have a lot to do because we're learning and growing in this beautiful spiritual philosophy. And in the Centers for Spiritual Living, we share with them a lot of very definite creative intentions. One of them is welcome. We will always welcome everybody. We are a welcoming and affirming community. Oh, and we have a mission, which is to provide spiritual tools for personal and global transformation. And our purpose is to awaken humanity to its spiritual magnificence. And our vision is a world that works for all, a world that works for everyone. I said it backwards because I like the all better than just everyone. How's that going to happen? Well, we're going to talk about that because it's time, it's needed, and it's wanted. And here in our own beloved community, we have our purpose statement, which is living, loving, learning, spirituality that works. And you know I always want to add another L. You know what it is, don't you? Laughing, right. I think it's important that we, no matter what kind of heavy stuff we may be going through and changing and transforming and lifting up, that we want to keep that joy of God in our hearts at the same time. So now, speaking of joy in our hearts, let's stand up if you're comfortable doing so, and we're going to sing the Ricky Byers song, Only Here for God, introduced by our own Ray Atkins, and then we'll do the chorus. Would you care to stand with me?
You know. There's a time in my life I thought I had to do it all myself. I didn't know the grace of God was sufficient. I didn't know the love of God was at hand. But now I can say, if you're discouraged, struggling to make it through another day, you gotta let it go. You gotta let it go. And this is what you've got to say. I release and I let go. I let the Spirit run my life, and my heart is open wide, and I'm only here for God. No more struggle, no more strife. With my faith I see the light. Yes, I'm free, free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God. Yes, I'm free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God.
You'll get it, amen. All right. Thank you. That was fun. Okay, I want to speak to the teens, particularly to one adorable teen of ours, Lilia Bird. She just recently played a wonderful part in the musical Annie. I was sorry, pardon me? Addams Family. I knew it started with an A. Where did I get that? Thank you, Mom. The Addams Family. She was not Wednesday, right? No, what was she? She wasn't Cousin Ed, I know that.
She was one of the
One
ancestors.
of the ancestors. A dead dancer. Well, I'm sure she did it well. Because she's a live dancer. Well, I was sorry not to be able to go, but I know some of you went to see her wonderful performance. So this is what I want to say to you, Lilia, and to all teens, and to the kid within us all. This comes from As You Like It by William Shakespeare. All the world's a stage, and the men and women merely players. What does that mean? It means that whether we're acting in a stage or film, screen performance, as Lilia does so well, and her parents did as well before her, kind of runs in the family, doesn't it? Well, whether it's actually in some kind of a performance or if it's just our everyday lives, we are actors in our own lives. We even write the script, we produce our lives, we direct them, and the wisest actor that I know is one who takes direction from Spirit. I want to learn my lines so that I speak appropriately in the right places and at the right times. And I want always, always to be led by and inspired by the presence of God within me. That's really my director, but I need to remember that I am writing the script. And I write the script with my every thought, word, and action. So, what kind of play are you writing for yourself today? How about remembering that in this powerful moment, we all have the opportunity to write and to rewrite the scripts of our lives. All the world's a stage, and the men and women and the teenagers and the children are merely actors. Thank you. Come to church soon. Now I would like to invite one of our wonderful board members and our treasurer to come and share a couple of announcements with you. Jerry Gord.
Hello. So join us for Nibbles and New Thought tomorrow night, Monday, March 9th, at Anthony's Restaurant in Malvern for great company, interesting conversation, and good Italian food. It's from 6:15 to 8:15. So Bada Bingo is back. Come have fun with your friends in Fellowship Hall here, Sunday afternoon, March 22nd, after celebration from 2:30 to 4:30. And if you haven't signed up for this so far, please do. It's an event that we've done many times, and it's always a lot of fun. So far, we don't have too many signed up, so please sign up quickly, because it will be a great event. Mark your calendar for Friday, April 17th for another fun game night. Details to follow. Stay tuned for other opportunities to enjoy your spiritual community, and register for all events at cslphilly.org. That's it.
Let there be peace on earth. Begin with me. Let there be peace on earth. That was meant to be. With God as creator, loved ones all are we. Let's walk with each other in perfect harmony, and let there be peace. Beginning with me. Let this be the moment, right here and now. With every step I take, let this be my sacred vow for the peace on earth. Beginning with me.
Let us begin taking a deep, sacred breath of spirit. and exhaling any concern, any false sense of separate being from our source. Breathing again that beautiful, precious prana, the pri, the chi, the wonderful sense of aliveness that is spirit itself. As it circulates through our physical bodies, our emotions, our thoughts, our entire consciousness, we come into our hearts with humility, gratitude, openness, and a readiness to experience something deeper than what we may have known externally up until now. Let us choose peace. It is a choice. I choose peace, here and now. Even in the midst of appearing chaos, I choose peace. And this is a holy choice. It's one that is filled with infinite wisdom and compassion. I choose peace. And the serene flow of spirit moving through us settles us down and lifts us up into a bright, new possibility as we are renewed in mind and body and spirit, tranquilly moving through each moment of this day and every day. Peace, be still, and know that I am God. The mighty power and presence within us is sacred. It is constant. It is the reality beyond all appearance. Peace, be still, and know that I am God, the living presence almighty within all creation, within each one of us, bringing us to the loving truth that there is God and nothing else. All is well. All is well. Thank God, truly, all is well.
Take each moment, live in each moment, every moment in peace eternally. Let there be peace, beginning with me, beginning with me.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm going to read something from Creative Mind entitled Live in the Present. Life is for us today. There will be no change for tomorrow unless we do the changing today. Today we are setting in motion the power of tomorrow. Today is God's day, and we must extract from it what of life we are to live. Tomorrow, in the divine course of events, will care for itself. The soul that learns to live in the great gladness of today will never weary of life, but will find that he is living in an eternal here and now. Now all good is his, now all life, truth, love are his. Now he has entered in, and the good things of life are his today. Lord, for tomorrow and its needs I do not pray. Make me do thy will just for today. Let your soul sing today, and the song that comes tomorrow will be all the sweeter, will ring out over the vistas of time with an unmistakable clearness. Here is a soul who knows himself and has found life within himself, who has met God today. No more waiting, no more longing, no more weary roads to travel. He has arrived, the goal is won, and peace has come at last today. I will do this treatment in the first person, and please take it for yourself if you so desire. Living in the presence of God, the greatest power that there is. And this presence is everywhere, lifting me to greater heights. And I find it interesting that we call this time daylight savings time. Well, daylight savings sounds like a bank to me. I have changed it for myself to daylight using time. For that is what I do. I use my time to enjoy life, to commune with other people, to spread the joy that I feel inside. I use my time to work in the gardens as we come into spring. And I use my time being present in whatever I'm doing, even if I'm just washing dishes. For this moment is all we have right here and right now. This moment is precious. And I use this energy in my life, knowing that God always is with me, always lifting me. Anytime I feel low, I remember who I am, and all is well. So for this and so much more, I am deeply grateful, and I release this into God's holy law, knowing all is well. And together we say, and so it is. And the affirmation today is, in the powerful moment of now, I choose to live fully and freely, inviting newness into experience here and now.
Here I am, out in the open. Here I am, with nothing to hide. Here I go, but where am I going? Who am I? Who am I becoming? Oh my God, you know where to find me. Here I am, inside my body, and I breathe. Love. Here I am, inside of this notion that you and I live in separation. But here we are, there's nothing missing. This sense of I is all disappearing. Oh my God, you know where to find me. Here I am, inside of my body, and I breathe your love now. Here I am, just to be taken to the place of a deeper connection. And here we are, all for this moment of losing time in a loving stillness. Oh my God, you know where to find me. Here I am, inside my body, and I breathe your love. And I breathe your love now. Here I am.
Ray, that was beautiful. We've heard two of his original songs today. Well, one of them, the earlier one, Feelin' Groovy or Being Presence, he did some adaptation. Thank you very much for that. That was gorgeous. Wow. Well, it's still March. We're not that far into it, are we? And congratulations, all of you, for setting your clocks ahead 1 hour before you went to bed last night. Of course, the smartphones do it for us, don't they? But all of us have at least one or two. Maybe it's an oven clock or a car clock or something that we need to adjust. But that's nice to have phones sometimes smarter than I am. So I'm glad that we all did this. So time for renewal. This is a time for renewal. We're about to enter into springtime, which we're very grateful for. I'm feeling kind of spring-like, and I love that. And so today, beyond time and space is what I'd like to focus on. Ernest Holmes says, spirit is the limitless within which is all space. Spirit is the timeless within which is all time. I learned many years ago that in the Indo-European language, long time ago, the word man or human was actually man the measurer. We took timelessness and made some time. It just is practical. You know, how would we know when to meet each other at Starbucks if we didn't have that? And so we've come up with these measurements for the measureless. And it's for our convenience, and it's practical, maps and clocks, etc. Einstein said the distinction between past, present, and future is only a stubbornly persistent illusion. He was trying to tell us then about the power of now. And that in my interpretation, in our continual spiritual evolution and a renewal of our lives, that it must be done in this present moment, here and now. Because truly, neither time nor space exist in the mind of God. There's always just the power of now. That's how the infinite creates. There's nothing about, gee, yesterday I made a few of those continents. Maybe I'll come up with some more tomorrow. There isn't any of the past or the future in the infinite creative spirit. There's simply now. Let there be. You know, we read it in Genesis. Let there be, and there is. Let there be, and there is. Wouldn't it be lovely? Won't it be lovely when we come to the point in consciousness when we are manifesting just like that? Let there be, and there is. There's no reason for that not to happen, especially when we focus ourselves on the here and now and live powerfully in the dynamic moment, which is really the only moment that there is. So let's do our sacred work here and now. We look outward and we see violence in the world. We see the callous infliction of death and destruction. And we look inward to find peace. Holy confession, in my meditation this morning, there were tears. I was feeling such pain for the world. And it's okay, it's important, in fact, I believe, for us to feel that compassion. I need to know what needs to be healed before I can move to the other side of that and do my part to help to lift the consciousness. So we look outward and we see selfishness, cruelty, and suffering. And we look inward and we find compassion, kindness, and mercy. So it's like the god Janus, after whom the first month of the year was named. By the way, January wasn't always the first month, but it has been for a long time. Janus, the god Janus, Roman god, was able to look ahead and behind all at the same time. I think that's called two-faced. Let's not be two-faced. Let's stay in the moment. Let's stay in this powerful place of now. You know, a better way than what we see happening in our world right now was very beautifully explained by Jesus the Christ, by the compassionate Buddha, by Gandhi, by Martin Luther King, and more. We read in the Hebrew Bible, we read in the New Testament, we read in the Quran, the Dhammapada, the Bhagavad Gita, and the Upanishads, and mystics from all religious traditions, and we find the thread of truth from ancient wisdom. We are a new thought community based on ancient wisdom. We come from a long line of love, and that's what we are now asked to bring forth into our worlds, starting with ourselves, of course. This ancient wisdom expressed through our new thought philosophy, it's a beautiful thing. It's a sacred teaching and is very practical. We may not all be of the same political persuasion, but we must respectfully acknowledge one another. And we must renew our faith through the great truths. A wide range of religious leaders, including this wonderful Pope Leo XIV, have become outspoken, passionately outspoken, thank God for them, against the unprovoked war in Iran, as well as our own CSL spiritual leader, speaking truth to power. The Parliament of World's Religions, some of you know that Reverend Mike and I attend every time they have one. The first one we attended was in Chicago. No, the first one was in Toronto. The last one was in Chicago, and I hope you'll all come with us next time they have one. They haven't announced it yet, but they did say it wouldn't be on this continent. Would you like to come across the sea with us? It's wonderful to be with people from so many different faith traditions, and many in their costumes, if you will, their beautiful array of colors and tastes and hats, and it's a wonderful thing to be a part of this Parliament of the World's Religions. And I want to read a bit from their statement. In this moment of escalating conflict and uncertainty in the Middle East, we, the Parliament of the World's Religions, reaffirm our commitment to the global ethic, a shared moral foundation embraced across traditions, calling humanity to nonviolence, justice, truthfulness, care for the earth, and partnership grounded in mutual respect. These are not abstract ideals. They're the very conditions that make our shared humanity future possible. We recognize that we stand at a threshold. The patterns that have long governed global conflict, rooted in division, fear, and rigid identification with nation, ideology, or difference, continue to generate cycles of suffering. They must cease. Across cultures, faith, and nations, we witness a deep and abiding yearning for peace, for compassion, and for a way of being that reflects our fundamental interconnectedness. Even as we honor the richness of our differences, we must also remember a simple and unifying truth. We all share this one earth, fragile, interconnected, and entrusted to our collective care. The global ethic calls us beyond these inherited patterns. It calls us toward a culture of nonviolence and respect for life, where restraint and reverence guide action. A culture of solidarity and a just economic order, where dignity is upheld for all people. A culture of tolerance and a life of truthfulness, where understanding replaces distortion and fear. A culture of equal rights and partnership, where no identity becomes a barrier to our shared humanity. A culture of sustainability and care for the earth, so often damaged and depleted by human violence. To embody these commitments requires more than agreement. It requires transformation in how we see and respond to one another. We therefore call upon ourselves and all leaders, communities, and individuals to act from the recognition that what affects one part of humanity affects us all. In this recognition lies the possibility not only of ending conflict, but also of transforming the very way we relate to one another and as a human family. The path forward is not found in choosing sides, but in choosing a deeper truth, the truth of our shared dignity, our shared responsibility, and our shared future. We call on all people across geographic regions, traditions, cultures, and communities, not only to affirm these principles, but to live them. To live them. That's what you and I get to do, is to live the principles, to live our values, starting with ourselves. Maybe it seems like we're starting small when we're beginning with ourselves, but where else are we to begin? I want to work on my internal life in order to bring more peace. I choose peace. I have a love to-do list I make the night before each day, and I have been putting on the top of each one the date, etc., love to do. And I am including another line that says, I choose peace today. I choose it for my own heart, for my own well-being. I choose it for my loved ones. I choose it for my community and for the greater community. I have the opportunity to do that, as we all do. I want to begin. It seems small, but it isn't. It's huge. Where else are we to begin but within ourselves? To transform any anger into something valuable. You know, anger, I think, is better than hopelessness, don't you? And there's too much of both going around. But I'd rather be angry than feel hopeless and helpless, because I can use that energy for good. You know about Grandma's bread when she was really angry with Grandpa. She would just knead the heck out of it. And it was some of the best tasting bread anybody ever had. Let's use our anger in a positive way. Let's harness it, not let it just get us upset and everyone around us upset. But let's use that energy, find positive ways to renew ourselves, to renew our society. We were made for these times, you know. And it isn't just the Centers for Spiritual Living and other new thought religions that are renewing themselves in this moment, in this time, in this place, and creating a greater dream for our world. There are millions of people who are focusing their energy to do, to think, to feel, to act in loving and compassionate ways that are already beginning to make a difference. Things must shift. This is the way the law works. Because first we court the presence. We remember that we are pure spirit, that we are loved and guided and nurtured and directed by this infinite power and presence within us to make the right choices, to write our scripts in a positive way. And then we have this beautiful law upon which we can rely that absolutely brings the good into being. And underlying everything else that doesn't appear to be happy and good and sweet at all is the presence of divine harmony, holding us all up, keeping us moving step by step ahead into our beautiful spiritual evolutionary process, individually, collectively. And people coming together as we do, we are utilizing this creative energy in a most powerful and beautiful way. Thank God for that. And think about all the other groups coming together, even those that don't consider themselves spiritual or religious or any of that, but just want to live from their values, from their principles, just as the Parliament of the World Religion has put forth their global ethics. These are human things and spiritual, because you can't really divide them, can you? So let's dig deeply into our values and bring them forth. Integrity, compassion, respect, wisdom, peace, unity, love, truth. Let's insist on having peace emerge from the chaos. We got to stay prayed up, you know. That's an expression that came out of years and years ago, some of the beautiful black churches. We got to stay prayed up. And I believe that. I don't think we can really get along well in our positive spiritual evolution without staying prayed up. That means every day taking that time, although there isn't any time, remember, but sitting down or standing up or walking, whatever we do to connect ourselves with the living presence almighty. So we stayed up, we stay prayed up, we keep peaceful within ourselves to the best of our ability in order to remain wise and strong in every circumstance. Courageous, core of the heart. Courageous. We're courageous. We're moving forward. So let's keep our promise to live in the power of now. Let's live at the corner of here and now as much as we can. Bring ourselves back. If we start lamenting the past or feel concerned about the future, be here now. Good old Alan Watts, right? Be here now. Power of now. Every moment is meant to be fresh and new. That's the way the Creator creates, fresh and new. Never pulling back to, well, draw that old one, let's try that one again. No, we're starting fresh and new. That means that it's endemic upon us not to allow the things of the past, the way it used to be, to let it infringe upon our open-hearted, open-minded, creative ability to renew ourselves and therefore to renew the world around us. Let the wise and loving presence, and it is wise and it is loving, of the divine show us the way. Keep us on track. Keep us in truth. God is boundless. Truth is eternal. Things out here come and go. They came to pass. It came to pass. It did not come to stay. And like our Jewish friends who practice tikkun olam, repair the earth, we do our part. We make our own lives easier. We move through whatever we need to move through personally that may be challenging, and who doesn't from time to time. And that peaceful, creative, powerful, courageous energy lifts other people around us and helps everyone remember what's true. We are choosing to remain above the effects. That doesn't mean we don't notice them. We must notice them. How can I change anything, even in my own mind and consciousness where it all begins, if I don't acknowledge to myself, this is what's bothering me? And now I'm going to renew myself through that. So we're choosing to remain above the effects, living and loving and occasionally laughing beyond time and beyond space in a powerful now. And so, my beloveds, begin with our lesson. Thank you, loves. Oh, good, it's time for our offertory. I love circulating prosperity, don't you? It feels so good to remember that all of our needs are met spiritually and materially before we even recognize the need. And when we are praising and blessing our good and watching it multiply and giving thanks, the attitude of gratitude is causative. So we give great and glorious thanks as we share our prosperity. And those of you who give in different ways than I do, bless you, thank you. And so when the plate comes around, if you are one of those dear folks, just put your hand over it and bless it like this. Watch it grow for everybody. All right, so let's say together our affirmation. I choose to celebrate prosperity. Divine love blesses my gift. It is my acceptance of God as the source of my abundant supply. With joy and gratitude, I share my abundance with this center. In doing so, I am one with the law of circulation. My tithe goes forth to heal, to prosper, and to bless. It returns to me multiplied abundantly, and I am prospered, and so it is.
You can help me out on this a little bit. Maybe a clap would help. I like to be under the sea in an octopus's garden in the shade. He let us in, knows where we've been in his octopus's garden in the shade. I'd ask my friends to come and see an octopus's garden with me. I'd like to be under the sea in an octopus's garden in the shade. We would shout and swim about the coral that lies beneath the waves. Oh, what a joy for every girl and boy, knowing they're happy and they're safe. We would happy you and me. No one there to tell us what to do. I'd like to be under the sea in an octopus's garden with you. In an octopus's garden with you. In an octopus's garden with you.
Let's all go. And so we give thanks for the abundance that is ours to share. We give thanks that it multiplies and prospers each of us and all of us and as a community itself. And so it is. Thank you all for being here today. Thank you so much for being who you are. Thank you so much for remembering who we all are. Thank you so much for bringing your best to this world. And so it is. Now we're going to sing with this wonderful song, this little melody that Ray put together for us. And would you like us to tell you produced this now?
I got this from New Thought years ago. One is, there is only one of us. And in your eyes I see. And there's only one of us. You're my reflection. There's only one. And then it's, you are the face of God, which you know. So it's more effective if we all come up.
All right.
And we face each other. I know you guys aren't shy. There is only one of us. In your eyes it's me I see. There is only one of us. You are my reflection. There is only one. There is only one of us. In your eyes it's me I see. There is only one of us. You are my reflection. There is only one. You are the face of God. I hold you in my heart. You are a part of me. You are the face of God. You are the face of God. I hold you in my heart. You are a part of me. You are the face of God. You are the face of God. I hold you in my heart. You are a part of me. You are the face of God. You guys are awesome. Love you guys.